Hello, SmurphGang. Guess what? We out here. We're gonna go deliver parts for the project Honda CBR 600RR because I had to go to somebody who I would consider an expert on all things motorcycle. Clearly, it is not me, as I am unable to do it, as you saw. If you saw that video, go ahead and comment and subscribe to this video because, well, we're going to be doing more stuff like this. That bike has a long way to go. I only got him to do, well, literally only the wiring. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get underway. I got a little bit of money for the guy, because, well, he said that's what he needed, and I have really no expertise to object. Luckily, this bike is relatively cheap to fix, so there's that. So, with all that being said, I don't want to actually go out that way. So, with all that being said, if you may have noticed, there's a recall on the ZX6R from 24-25. The thing about that is, well, it happens. But here's the thing. That is why I would actually highly recommend that you buy a used bike. I don't know if that person was paying attention or not, but I'm gonna go. Anyway, what I was trying to say is that you should probably get a used sport bike from, well, anything 2000s or later, really. You can't go wrong, but here's why. All the recalls already been handled. And the bike just works. It's gonna have more miles, it's gonna have all of its parts readily available for the most part, and, well, you can probably ride and drive it depending on the price, and you'll get much more bike for the price. Now, I'm not telling you to go get a 600cc sport bike and just go ripping around your next nearest Canyon Road. No, that's not what I'm saying. Absolutely, I would highly recommend that, well, how do I put this? As I do a terrible downshift, I just wanted to say that you should get a bike you can practice on, much like this Kawasaki 250. Now, they do make brand new ones from Suzuki, I think it was. They have a 250 still for some reason. There's a R3 out there, but get something that's beginner friendly, something that's not going to be so scary that you can't drive it. Because look, the worst part about having a bike is being too scared to ride it, or not being able to ride it. So don't get a project bike, be patient, don't do like I did with this bike or the bike that I have, currently needing all this work. But hey, I can justify it because I'm going to make content. You're just trying to get into a motorcycle. So you should focus on getting one that runs quite nicely. And I highly recommend a Kawasaki 250 after I turn the blinker off. Because listen, I've dropped this bike enough to know that, well, it's easy to fix and, well, they run forever. I like this bike. It's never done me wrong. The speedometer doesn't work. The fuel gauge is definitely not correct. But this bike is, well, anything and all you need to learn how to ride a motorcycle. I cannot say enough about this bike. It's been great. Did I grow out of it quite fast? Yes, but it's a 250. What do you expect? And I'm a guy that likes a little performance in my bikes. What can I say? As we're about to get on the freeway, I'm just going to show you that, well, maybe not here in Texas it's going to be all that great on passing power. You will be able to cruise at a reasonable speed. Watch, I'll show you. I'd be happy to show you what this thing can do on the highway. We're about to find out right about now. So honestly, what more do you need as far as somebody that's never been on a motorcycle before? Now, if you rode dirt bikes as a kid, this might be not enough for you to really enjoy. You'll grow out of it even faster than I did. But for somebody who has never, ever ridden a motorcycle successfully, let's go and open that throttle up a little bit. Maybe. Someone who has never ridden a motorcycle before, it's certainly plenty to get you going, as we're gonna go ahead and pass this Silverado and this Jeep nice and easy all day long, baby. Alright, so something smells funky. It's not my bike, I don't think. Temperature gauge works, I think. Anyway, what I was saying is this is a great bike because I'm on the highway cruising at highway speeds, probably about 70 miles an hour, I guess. Not catching on this guy, but I was going about 70 miles an hour, but about 3,000 RPM left to play with. That'll get somebody my size 100 miles an hour, no problem. No, it's not the fastest bike. That is a guarantee, I'll tell you that right now. It's not the fastest bike, but it will sure do everything you need to learn, especially because it's quite forgiving. And I can still give it more beans as I back up right here. This bike is great. I like this bike too much, some might say. I'm just gonna go ahead and scoot on over because I'm pretty sure the exit is right here because they changed it on me. I don't really go to Willis very often, but what I'm trying to say is, ladies and gentlemen, get a bike you can ride. This one cost me $300, but I did have to fix it. So, like I said, don't get a project bike.
I didn't get to ride it for like 3 months. It was so sad. I had an itch that was honestly the kind that could never scratch, and now I'm a full-on biker. This bike is literally the reason I switched up my channel, because honestly I was making crap content that nobody was watching, and it was inconsistent crap. I'll be honest, my old videos were crap. However, you're sitting here in 5th gear cruising on the off-ramp that's extremely long for some reason. I don't know why they did this, but I guess they're putting in a lot of stuff over there. But this bike has literally transformed my channel. This bike has gotten me more subscribers, more engagement than anything else really has that I tried in the last 4 to 5 years that I've had my channel. Was I consistent those whole entire 4 to 5 years? No. Am I gonna do my best to be consistent for my videos, for my channel, because and treat it like a job, because I don't want to have a job where I have to work for somebody and clock in every day? I'm gonna do it because it's the only way I can reasonably get my own freedom that I want and still do what I enjoy, which surprisingly happens to be motorcycles a lot more than I ever imagined. And you know what? This Kawasaki 250R is the main reason for it. That and more people watch it, but mainly because this bike has changed my life. Kawasaki 250R changed my life in a way that I never ever, because here's the thing, I was honestly terrified of motorcycles for the longest time until I got this bike and started nerding out about this kind of stuff. That was fun. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, we can do it. We can do it. Oh, come on. Let's figure this out, guys. I don't like the way you're driving, lady. No, I didn't downshift properly, but I used to be quite a long light. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, this bike has taught me a lot. I'm still learning quite a lot, and I am ready to upgrade to a bike that's a little more scary. I'll admit. My 600cc bike scares me. Just like this one scared me until I really started riding it, passed my MSF course, and did all that good stuff. Because honestly, I love it. I would rather ride a bike than a car. But you know, sometimes you just need a car, like you're getting a ton of groceries and dog food and all that other good stuff, or when DoorDash is too expensive, which is all the time, if I'm honest. We're gonna go ahead and pass as we're sneezy around this Volkswagen for you Germans out there. And look at this. This is a feeling that's unrivaled. I'm on a horse that breathes gasoline. This is really fantastic. Because look at this. This is freedom, ladies and gentlemen. And even with a Kawasaki 250R, I can just do this and be free. Like, name a car that you can do this in. I will wait. And for this cheap. Because look at this. A beautiful sun. Well, it's not sunset yet. It's still too early, but it's going to be sunset eventually. And I get to enjoy it just like this. Gross. Whatever that was dead. And cheaper gas. Guys, I put regular fuel in this. I mean, nowhere to say otherwise, but freedom, ladies and gentlemen. Freedom. How you do? So, ladies and gentlemen, what was your first sport bike? What did you like about it? What did you hate about it? You can tell me in the comments. I would very much like to know. But first, foremost, can you like and subscribe? My brother's trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. When I get to 1,000 subscribers and 10,000 watch hours, obviously, well, hey, would you look at that? Oh, I can feel some dust. We're going to pass the lake here in a little bit. It's going to be a beautiful ride. However, the roads suck. Here we go. There's some of the lake. Oh, I totally forgot about the bridge over here. It's, but a beautiful afternoon, evening, whatever you want to call it. It's like 7 o'clock, so. Lanes merge! Use your mirrors! I'm gonna hang because this is kind of a construction, and I don't know if stuff's gonna just fly up, so I'm gonna hang back. And I can dirt in the air, it's hitting me in the neck. I've gotten significantly farther since I've been out here, but this isn't even the bumpy bridge I'm talking about either. That's still a ways up. Here's some more bumps. Easy does it. Lift the butt, and you're good. If I remember how to downshift. Right, we're doing it. We did it. We downshifted. Come on, a little bit. Dude, if you would have paid it, you could have been down there, bro. Not that hard. It's a green light. They're everywhere. That was a terrible shift, I will admit. Okay. Still hanging back. We're about to get to a nice bridge. Well, nice but terrible bridge. As bumpy as it all gets. I've actually never ridden the bike or a motorcycle on this bridge before, but what I do know is that it goes up and down, and forgive me, but my butt might hurt after this. I can only stand so long. What is nice, though, is admittedly that, it would be super hot. It is It was 90 degrees today, feels like 104, I think it was, 101, one of those two numbers. It was over 100, I can tell you that. I probably didn't need a downshift, but it's fine. I felt the wheel lock up. Guys, if you have any tips for me on how to ride a bike better, please do let me know. I am always willing to learn. Definitely got to put more parking lot practice in. All right, here's the bridge I was talking about. Let the bumps begin. So far, so I guess. Wow, surprisingly. But look at this. It's a beautiful day on the lake. That guy's kayaking out there. Those guys are fishing. Catch me some dinner, buddy. And the bumps are here. Well, they're not actually that bad. Tolerate this for, well, not much longer. Dip the tank with your knees. That's important. It helps with the, you know, the sack. All right, I've had enough. Look at all the powwow, the breeze. Good. Let's get back into the forest and off of this crap. I mean, this is probably a little more comfortable in a car. However, if I tried to read something on this road, that would not go well. Hello, son. A pleasure to see you again. Cook me. Oh, good son. We're slowing down, but the bumps are over. All right. My tailbone has vibrated enough. Thanks for getting out the way, buddy. Appreciate it. You didn't need to do all that. Maybe if you weren't texting, you wouldn't have to do aggressive stuff like that. Rich folk, I see. Goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen. All right, we can get a little speed in a 250. Now, here's where it really shines. It's lightweight and easy to maneuver. So going through country roads like this is a piece of cake, and there's enough torque here, even though it's 16 or 18 foot-pounds on this little tiny bike. There's enough torque here to really around town, no problem. It lets you do pretty much anything you want. Slow speed maneuver practice. You can wheelie on it if you clutch up real good. Might have to launch it at 10K, but hey, it'll wheelie. Have I tried it? Nope. Not on purpose, at least. Tiny little wheelie that I wasn't expecting to do, so I didn't get it on camera. I was just driving or riding it. But it'll do a burnout. 16 foot-pounds of torque is all it's got. Nice downshift, Colby. You did great. Well done. You're braking on a downhill, bro. Just go. What are you doing? You're making this road unbearable. But I admit, it's quite a beautiful road. It's nice out here. Tree cover is acting as my shade in front of me to slow me down. But I haven't shifted, and I'm at 6,000 RPMs. We're pretty much right at the beginning of the power band on this thing. Yes, thank you. Practice my cornering without going too fast to die, just by hand, push to turn, counter steering, all that good practice. Even though I am a little close to this car because their speed is just really inconsistent, but it's fine. I can still practice my beginner skills and not feel crazy about it. This is a nice ride. Now it's starting to smell quite rural, I will admit. I'm a city guy. This is the sticks. This to me is country road, take me home type of shit. Hello, Ranger Rick. I see you. You can go. Go, lady. Oh my God, I'm gonna be stuck behind you. Shoot. Darn. Well, oh, thank God. Thank you, lady, for getting out of the way. Oh, I appreciate it. Now this road is gonna be fun again. So you don't really want to go too fast on this road because here's why. It's crap. Look at all this. Just look at this. What is all this? This is, goodness gracious, they need help out here. This road is beyond my capabilities. There's potholes and refixed potholes and water runoff troughs. Like, oh my God. It's not good. So you don't want to go too fast because you never know just how much dodging of traffic and whatnot you're going to have to do. Let alone some logging guys. Somebody must have bought that property or finally started clearing it out. I don't know. I don't live out here. I just know this is the National Forest area and we out here. Look at this. Yes. But you gotta admit, no matter what you're driving, this is a good view of a drive. I like it out here. I just wish that these roads were better, honestly. And now this bike is gonna blow my back out. Ugh. It only gets worse from here. Oh my God. See, I was driving through here and the 600 while I was on my way to deliver it fell here through this area. This is some good part here. Oh, see? Oh, yes. That's much more like it. Smooth. I'll be honest. I know I'm not going 20 miles an hour, I'll say that. I know that. But look, if you don't need a leader bike or a 600cc sport bike or the most expensive bike to do this, again, I reiterate, a 250 is plenty to have fun and just get on a bike because they're cheap and abundant. Oh, more bumps. And they do everything that a leader bike would do here, just at a slower pace with less brakes. And, well, this one technically ain't got no technology. That's probably a little aggressive. I don't know. Oh, boy, it only gets worse from here. Well, I told you. Yep, nobody coming. All right. And this is the worst part. This part you don't dare go fast because there's always new potholes here. But at least you get to enjoy the smell of the country. It smells like tree sap and my sweat. Oh boy, just right through the middle like a glove. I can't dodge all of them. Whoop! Saw that one coming. Just stay right in the middle because again, I'm on a motorcycle. Oh boy. All right. Oh, bumpity bump. All right. So the worst is behind us for the most part now. I promise. When they repaved it the 15th time, they tried really hard. Oh, yo, I should have stood up for that one. That one reverberated through my back. Gosh, I'm playing dodgeball with these bumps. All right, smooth road. Yes, this is much nicer. Somebody's been doing burnouts in the national forest. Sounds fun. All right. We're at a location, but ladies and gentlemen, that is the reason you should get a Kawasaki 250 or a beginner bike that, well, is affordable. Because you can have all the fun that a leader bike has and run through all the gears to do it. But I'm Afro Smurf. That's my advice. I'm dreaming about my next sport bike. Peace. Oh, my nuts. Hello, doggy. Oh, I could have dodged that. All right, I made it.
Who's this?
What's up?
Me?
Surprise. Still running like a top.
Got your basics down now, huh?
X's, wheelies and shit. Fuck that. Sounds fun to me. I did it on accident. I only got an inch off the ground, but I did it on accident. Oh, they're the same ones, too. Yes. That's also true. Also why I haven't practiced my wheelies.
Right? Same chain. Chain, but you put it on top of the car. Flying here, I got like 15 minutes earlier, and dude, it made a hell of a difference for what it was I got home. When I got home, man, I try to relax. Try not to right now. I just took one thing out of the 12 volt. I got the San Diego gum, the brown here.